Another new low. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse this week, Meghan Markle has only gone to People magazine to brief against her own husband. Yes, that's right. As if she hasn't humiliated.
Is for People magazine, and of course this is all about the hype, because tomorrow the first episode drops from Meghan with Love, and these photos are going to tell you, although this is only online so far, the hard copy hasn't hit the streets yet, but these photographs are all 8 and 12 months old.
Reporting in People magazine, which I do always have to remind you has clearly come directly from Meghan herself or one of her representatives, because that's how she works with People magazine. People magazine has now become the biggest propagandist for the Sussexes since Omid Scobie, that weird little bloke, you know, the one that looks like Michael Jackson.
Meghan Markle returns to glossy pages with a plan sharper than any designer heel. Royal watchers gasp as a new People profile lands without the usual smiling portrait beside Prince Harry. Every paragraph glitters with careful words, yet something vital is missing. Harry himself.
Which I find very peculiar. Why didn't they do a far more recent photo shoot with her? They've obviously done a more recent interview with her, and to be very honest, it's a puff piece, but that's not a criticism. She obviously is wanting to avoid.
The atmosphere crackles. Instead of gushing about red hair and fairy tale escapes, the feature paints a single heroine standing tall in Montecito sunlight. No duet poses, no shared giggles, just Meghan guiding the spotlight toward a story of growth, community, and joy. Readers lean closer. Why does the spread feel like a curtain rising on a one-woman show rather than a power couple summit? Pastel hues hide steel intent. Landing such a profile involves direct phone calls, polished drafts, and strategic image drops.
The past few days, you know, with the slut drop video, with the release of all of the pictures of Lily, with the whole world talking about the fact that the bump doesn't look at all real.
Nothing about this release feels random. Each line positions Meghan as serene, driven, and undeniably solo. The subtext roars. If trouble brews at home, responsibility drifts far from the Duchess, depicted as enlightened and free. Clever timing intensifies intrigue. Social feeds still buzz about bump debates and carefully staged birthday portraits. Into that chaos steps a crafted message that rewrites roles. Meghan wears crystals, Harry wears silence. Spectators sense a pivot. The Duchess emerges as a visionary brand builder, while the Duke appears trapped by yesterday's shadows. Every sentence sparkles with calibrated optimism.
To go and rub salt into the wounds by going to People magazine and pointing out that she's not the issue. Of course, the royal rift just has nothing to do with her. So we're going to get analysis from our royal mastermind, Prince Harry's biographer Angela Levin, in just one moment. But first, let me take you through this astonishing
empowerment partnerships and future blueprints dance across the page. Yet behind the sparkle lingers an unspoken warning. Marriage turbulence must not tarnish the Duchess' glow. That contrast feels deliberate. Fans once embraced a united front, now confronted with an image of distance.
Fueling any kind of negativity, and she does attract that. She attracts criticism. She's become a very divisive person, but she's saying all the right things. She's even explaining why she's kept the Sussex name, why keeping that.
Press veterans note familiar tactics. Early 2000s breakups tease through coded lyrics and fashion statements. This article echoes that playbook with modern polish. The Duchess speaks alone, allowing anonymous sources to amplify tension. One passage stands out. A confidant whispers that Meghan hopes her partner will release the past and enjoy their California haven. Gasps ripple through royal forums. Such phrasing delivers support while quietly shifting blame for lingering sorrow. The Duchess remains calm and forward-focused. The Duke appears unable to shake palace ghosts.
In People magazine, which I do always have to remind you has clearly come directly from Meghan herself or one of her representatives, because that's how she works with People magazine. People magazine has now become the biggest propagandist for the Sussexes since Omid Scobie, that weird little bloke, you know, the one that looks like Michael Jackson.
Narrative chess unfolds. Elegant compassion masks a pointed critique, framing emotional lag as the Duke's personal storm. Observers remember Spare. That memoir unleashed volcanic detail about palace life, leaving family ties scorched.
To both of them, because it is now they're part of their family history, and she didn't realise how meaningful that would be until we had children. So
The new profile refrains from overt criticism, yet subtle echoes linger. Reference to Burton's hints at fallout readers know too well. By positioning growth opposite regret, the piece builds a tidy storyline ready for wider consumption. Behind-the-scenes paparazzi lenses reveal little warmth lately. Public outings show separate schedules and separate goals. Industry analysts whisper about divergent strategies.
Okay, here's the report. Meghan Markle is very business about royal rift as Prince Harry is left out of the details in England. A source says that Meghan is focused on the future while Harry has one foot in the past.
One brand charges toward lifestyle media, while the other circles legal battles and royal memories. The magazine feature deepens that divide. Enthusiastic paragraphs about mindfulness and business overshadow any couple narrative. Whispers around Montecito brunch tables grow louder. Is a rebrand turning into a soft launch for independence? Such talk gains fuel when Meghan keeps the Sussex surname for recognition, yet seldom mentions the Duke. Traditional celebrity pairs coordinate messaging. This release breaks formation, suggesting separate cues at the PR gate. Headline writers relish the drama. Social media threads explode with theories, quizzes, and countdowns. Each fresh comment highlights a missing pronoun he. Without shared quotes, speculation accelerates like wildfire.
Past. The need to know. Meghan Markle is looking ahead while Prince Harry remains emotionally tethered to his royal past, a source tells People.
The Duchess appears prepared. Calm photos show gentle smiles, peaceful gardens, and philanthropic planning. Meanwhile, distant reports depict the Duke wrestling with trust issues, family silence, and identity crises. That contrast lifts the Duchess narrative higher. Readers prefer heroes conquering adversity rather than partners battling nostalgia. Crafting such polarity pushes public favor toward the smiling entrepreneur. Media professors call the tactic weaponized softness. Lush lighting disguises a cutting move to control perception. The People piece functions as both shield and spear. Praise for community involvement deflects critique, while hints about burdens slice at opposition.
I don't think there's too much in there to upset people, put it that way, and she's obviously wanted to create some excitement about the show, which, as I say, drops tomorrow. Now, we have a brand new trailer. Now, you know what it's like churning out a few hours of TV a day.
Dramatic irony thrives. The public glimpses war through whispers rather than declarations. A final paragraph seals the act. The source insists Meghan stays centered, grounded, joyful. Exclamation marks punctuate the optimism while echoing tension about the Duke's unfinished healing. The curtain closes, leaving audiences craving the next reveal. Royal reporters brace for impact as editions land on coffee tables worldwide. The shimmering profile triggers waves inside royal and media circles alike. Letters from palace aides flutter through corridors, yet official lips remain sealed.
She's only doing 8 episodes, and she's got a couple of $1 million per episode. So this, and like any, trailer or teaser, you're going to pull out the best bits, right, to get people excited and entice them to watch. So here is the latest trailer from Meghan with Love.
The silence booms louder than cannon fire. Ancient protocol forbids direct rebuttal. Instead, the Crown responds through absence, excluding Harry from briefings about King Charles' health. Courtiers stamp paperwork, while leaving certain names off email lists. That quiet chill slices sharper than any public rebuke. Observers note the irony. Spared detailed emotional wounds to millions, yet the author appears shocked by icy replies. Trust shattered rarely reforms overnight. Veterans of royal history nod knowingly. Each ignored call acts as another brick in a frost-tipped wall. The Duke struggles with identity. Childhood training taught duty above desire. Desert sand missions proved bravery. Now paparazzi flashes replace military rotors. The shift feels disorienting. Emotional gravity pulls him backward. Memories of Windsor halls linger like echoing bells.
Trust. Okay, so we're going to go into this in much more detail, but Angela Levin, can I just kick off by saying this is not normal. The only other couple that I have ever known to brief against each other.
Meanwhile, Montecito gardens bloom with calm. Meditation sessions and business meetings share the same sunlit veranda. Meghan studies product labels aligning fonts, crystals, and philanthropic percentages. Every move builds credibility for a growing empire. That contrast becomes headline gold. Tabloids depict a divided household, two spirits drifting past each other under Spanish tile.
They remain married. Remember, that's the difference. This happens with warring couples, with divorcing couples all the time. But while they remained married was Victoria and David Beckham.
No raucous arguments appear, just differing speeds toward destiny. One partner sprints, the other shuffles. Public sympathy swings daily. Certain readers applaud pursuing joy, others mourn a fading love story. Commentators transform coffee shows into debate arenas, assessing every trademark filing and security lawsuit. Drama sells newspapers, digital or otherwise. Public relations strategists observe Meghan masterclass. Soft tones mask hard boundaries. Behind every comforting mantra stands a non-negotiable line. The article forms part of a larger puzzle, placing responsibility for marital strain on unresolved trauma.
We're going to stay together and put their issues behind them. It was just impossible to have two different camps within one marriage briefing publications. But that's exactly what Meghan Markle has done here. It is a disgusting new low, briefing against her husband to People magazine.
Audience minds fill the blanks, connecting previous interviews with new hints. During a recent veteran event, Harry shook hands, smiled, then slipped into reflective pause. Camera zoom caught damp ice fireworks for press interpretation. Was the silence grief, regret, or sheer exhaustion? Analysts revisit spare chapters, marking quotes that criticized father, brother, stepmother. Publication felt therapeutic at launch, yet months later consequences loom. Public life provides no rewind button.
Atrocious. Of course I think it's right that the royal family are leaving him out of all of the discussions. He has no right to know about his father's health. I'm sorry, you've blown that, mate. But for Meghan to try and say, oh, he's just stuck in the past, my husband is the one stuck in the past and I've done nothing wrong, is the height of narcissistic delusion.
King Charles engages battle of his own. Medical appointments, chemotherapy, rumors swirl outside palace gates. Energy diverted toward health, not reconciliation. William assumes heavier schedule, inspecting charities, unveiling statues, and shielding heritage. Camilla appears stoic. Her office schedules garden party menus while quietly monitoring headlines. Private irritation likely, yet no comment emerges.
All the time, that you should be the person that hears his father say, I'm so sorry, let's get together. I don't believe that in 1 minute.
Royal machinery values restraint over reactive emotion. Within that vacuum, Meghan narrative thrives. When one voice fills a room, listeners subconsciously accept framing. Subtle implication: the Duke chooses sorrow over sunshine resonates beyond gossip blogs. Fair or not, repetition gains power.
Meghan with love. Are you excited? I am excited.
I could not love her anymore.
I know, and
It's
I'm
good to be
inspired because
hands-on.
look what I've gone and done. I've done my own for you, my own for the...
Hollywood friends rally with supportive posts praising mindfulness, philanthropy, and business acumen. Each endorsement strengthens solo brand perception. Meanwhile, stories of hairy court cases against media houses crowd financial pages, painting an image of endless confrontation. The divide becomes a study in light versus weight, glittering ventures against grinding legal battles. Audiences gravitate toward brightness. Social platforms reward uplifting hashtags. Algorithms quietly tilt discourse. Reporters investigate household logistics. Separate management teams coordinate appearances, invoices, parking arrangements. Functional cooperation remains, but emotional alignment appears shaky.
I think it's Prince Harry, who actually has to apologise hugely because of all the nasty things he said, for saying that his father was trapped in his job, as was William.
Leaks mention separate bedrooms, though staff denies rift. Behind gates of the estate, children laugh, run chase dogs. Parental coordination ensures stability. Experts remind public that family complexities extend beyond paparazzi frames. Still, speculation thrives where facts remain hidden. Another publication teases Meghan upcoming series featuring female entrepreneurs, creativity, and balance. No shared hosting credit for Harry appears in promotional notes. Graphics feature single silhouette flanked by orchids and golden lettering. Industry insiders predict beauty line launch within 12 months. Trademark filings, signal lotions, serums, candles. Soft textures complement narrative of wellness and growth. Investors monitor search trends preparing to bid. The Duke pursues veteran initiatives organizing next Invictus Games edition.
I don't believe that it should be that way
Well,
round.
indeed. And not to mention the fact that he revealed the details of just how bad his father's cancer was in that BBC interview. But look, let's get on, Angela, and we can analyse as we go to this specific reporting from People.
Sponsors express loyalty to founding vision. Yet even supportive headlines emphasize solo endeavor, not partnership. Two careers chart divergent constellations. Streaming service executives ponder fresh content. Royal tell-all fatigue spreads among viewers. Focus shifts toward inspirational journeys rather than family feuds. Meghan team offers precisely that narrative: rise, transformation, empowerment. Transatlantic commentators quote anonymous palace source claiming William refuses phone conversations. The claim remains unverified, yet echoes widely. Every rumor deepens, sense of isolation around Harry. Late-night comedians craft monologues about group chat exile. Laughs ripple, but undercurrent feels tragic.
How bad his father's cancer was in that BBC interview. But look, let's get on, Angela, and we can analyse as we go to this specific reporting from People. Which write, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are united in their support of each other.
Audiences enjoy spectacle, yet sense lingering sadness behind punchlines. Counselors interviewed by magazines discuss trauma processing, recommending private therapy rather than public narrative battles. Healing rarely thrives under flashing bulbs. Meanwhile, brand analysts rate Meghan favorability, gradually climbing thanks to consistent messaging and charitable grants. Graphs display upward slope, while Harry numbers fluctuate with each litigation update.
I need to get the dimensions. They were finally able to give them to me, what the 3PL was going to have in the tissue paper, but I needed to see it and feel it. I needed my hands in it, which I think is part of, for me, my authentic self, is really being involved in the creative and the granular.
Marketing student study case as example of narrative control through positivity. A glossy interior design spread soon publishes featuring Meghan study decked with sage bundles, quartz clusters reclaimed wood desks. No family portraits, featuring Harry-adorned visible shelves. Floral photography occupies frames. The absence again fuels whispers. Behind camera, staff confirm cordial interactions during breakfast, yet rare joint brainstorming.
The deep divide with the royal family from different perspectives. A source close to the couple tells People they're aware of everything going on in England.
Day planners seldom overlap, except for children milestones. Two lives operate parallel rather than intertwined. Music labels quietly approach Meghan about spoken word mindfulness albums. Negotiations progress under strict non-disclosure agreements. Potential release could coincide with product line for maximum synergy.
Rainbow time, whatever it
like
is.
a rainbow fruit platter, and you just
rainbow
whip
fruit
that out.
platter. Yeah, and I've put nuts, and I've put for fibre, and I've even put some gherkins on there as well. Anything that was in the fridge here at the Bureau, I put on. And I think that's what this show wants to do. It wants to inspire people.
Legal scholars debate defamation exposure for statements in Spare and documentaries. Courtrooms beckon with slow grinding gears. Financial advisors raise concerns about mounting costs overshadowing charitable proceeds. Under Californian sunset, paparazzi capture Harry leaving therapy office alone, head bowed. Images ignite new cycle of concerned narratives. Public comments split between empathy and criticism. At a charity gala, Meghan dazzles in tailored ivory suit, greeting donors with radiant composure. Press coverage applauds elegance, business acumen, and message of hope. Noticeably absent partner presence triggers headline questions.
No trust. Meghan, who is focused on the future, while Harry has one foot in the past, is very business about it, the source says. Now, Angela.
The cycle repeats, fueling contrasting portraits: serene strategist versus restless exile. Spectators prepare for possible announcement while insiders insist nothing official imminent. Tension hums like power line before storm. One story remains clear: personal evolution, thrives when burden of royal past lifts. Yet healing demands mutual pace, otherwise harmony fades.
Business about it, because this isn't her family. She always hated them. She never had any intention to make it work.
Each passing day magnifies distance. Explosive escalation. Palace insiders whisper that total reconciliation looks distant as ever. Silence evolves into structured exclusion from ceremonial events. Invitations arrive for Commonwealth gatherings, yet no +1 allowance reaches California. Networks book panelists to discuss modern monarchy survival. Each analyst compares brand strength against constitutional tradition. Graphs flash across screens showing Sussex media reach beside royal engagement numbers.
And we know that she doesn't even give a damn about her own flesh and blood, so why is she going to care about Harry's? It's very easy for her to be businesslike about it, now that she has isolated Harry from his relatives.
Data reveals two ascending curves heading in opposite directions. Professional relations remain polite yet chilled. Joint statements appear only when charity deadlines demand. Otherwise, separate paths carve distinct public footprints. Observers describe a graceful uncoupling happening layer by layer. A new set of paparazzi photos captures Meghan strolling through Santa Barbara Farmers Market alongside a producer friend. Conversation appears animated. Sketchbook tucked under arm hints at creative brainstorming. No bodyguard from royal team visible. The Duke spends afternoons coaching veterans for adaptive sports competition. Training field offers solace and purpose. Cameras observe genuine smiles during medal ceremonies. Those moments remind onlookers of former heroic aura. Still, every uplifting appearance gains immediate counterweight from legal skirmish headlines. Court transcripts recount battles over phone hacking allegations. Emotional pendulum swings wildly. Celebrity biographers race to update manuscripts. Rumors predict separate chapters if final split occurs. Publishers understand global appetite for insider detail. Contracts wait for signatures. Speculation transforms into economic engine. Brand executives predict Meghan lifestyle empire valuation could surpass many fashion houses within 5 years.
Of course, I mean, it's absurd to think that anybody in a marriage feels the same passion for their
Investment banks craft notes for potential public offering scenario. Power suit photo shoots accompany each financial leak. Meanwhile, royal advisors prepare succession plans emphasizing William and Catherine unity. Family messaging highlights continuity, stability, and duty. Contrast with transatlantic turbulence fortifies public trust at home.
Royal conversations entirely, despite being aware of what's happening in England, and King Charles's cancer diagnosis and Harry's recent public plea, insiders say reconciliation remains stalled by a lack of trust.
Television documentaries begin exploring hazards of royal exit decisions. Psychologists explain identity void common after leaving hereditary institutions. Viewers connect themes to Harry narrative. During a climate summit, the Duke delivers heartfelt speech about community action and resilience. Audience applauds, yet headlines focus on solitary presence rather than policy points. Narrative tide proves hard to redirect.